To Nafta or not? That seemed to be the question this week as President Donald Trump shifted from scraping the North American Free Trade Agreement altogether to agreeing to work it out with Mexico and Canada. First, the Commerce Department said on Monday it's slapping a 20% duty on Canadian softwood lumber imported into the U.S. That came after President Trump warned Canada last week it must stop protecting its dairy farmers from U.S. competition. On Tuesday, Trump said in a tweet he was considering retaliatory measures. Is this the beginning of a trade war? Canadians aren't so sure, but at least they're being nice about it.
I don't think Canada's going to come in like the U.S. and be all, Team America World Police on everybody, but, we're definitely going to, I feel like the government's going to show that Canadians aren't really pushovers and that, if there's something that we think is going to be unfair, we're going to stand up for it, but not necessarily in the same go-get-em way as Americans.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is doing his best to keep Nafta alive and said he let President Trump know what's at stake for both Canada and Mexico in a conversation Wednesday.
We had a good conversation last night, and he expressed that yes, he was very much thinking about canceling, and I highlighted that quite frankly, whether or not there was a better deal to come, there were an awful lot of jobs, an awful lot of industries right now that have been developed under the NAFTA context, and a disruption like canceling NAFTA, even if it theoretically eventually might lead to better outcomes, would cause a lot of short and medium-term pain for an awful lot of families.
And it looks like Canadians are standing by their Prime Minister.
We should just try and keep things as peaceful as possible, and maybe, be willing to take it a little bit. And it's just sort of like one of those trade-offs when it comes to, it's just one of those trade-offs I think when it comes to some of your trading partners and everybody else, everybody has their own interests to take care of and you just have to compromise. And hopefully we don't end up too often on the bad end of the compromises.
While getting rid of NAFTA has been one of President Trump's priorities, some Canadians also think that the president might just move on to his next target and leave friendly, neighborly Canada alone for a while.
It's all ego. So I think for now it's just to sit back and watch for a little bit, give him a week, you go on to something else.
I think that nobody should be taking Donald Trump very seriously, regardless of if it's Canada or North Korea or other kind of Middle Eastern countries or anything like that. I think he's kind of proven himself to not be too serious, even though he has done a few things that are kind of concerning. In terms of Canada, I don't think we should be too concerned with him.